Some companies are fully driven by technology when they think about digital transformation. So they start exploring the landscape of technology. So what technology can do for us, what our competitors are doing with technology. Let's try to explore the IoT technology, digital twins technology. Let's explore the blockchain technology, right? What we have observed in almost all the case studies that we have been studying in our lab is that these initial steps are not the right way of starting the digital transformation, right? It's good that we need technology, of course, but this is not the starting point. The starting point is from the strategic point of view. So what is the value proposition that we need to put in our business in order to succeed, to create more competitive advantage, to improve whatever, to solve big problems, right? So it's more starting about what to do, right? And why we need to do that. What is the value proposition instead of starting with how we can do it, that this will be the technology side. And we have found that the companies start, again, some companies, most of the companies I would say, start the journey with the technology, right? Well, our recommendation would be start the journey with the value proposition. And then we have been working with several companies, international based, with complex, dense supply chains, very responsive driven. And then in that case, they wanted to be more synchronized, for example. They wanted to be making the right commitments, both with their customers and with the stakeholders. And this kind of value proposition, right? Make the right commitment means a lot, because then this means that you need to, to make sure when are you gonna send the product, and you need to monitor with technology and with data when you are gonna deliver, how far you are gonna deviate, why you are deviating to avoid this in the future. So this kind of value proposition, make the right commitment, is something that will deploy a lot of changes in processes, in technology, in the way I am working with my partners, with my suppliers, my retailers, my customers, and even horizontally, my competitors, if I want to collaborate with them in some logistics or operations area, right? And this is when technology will be decided. We'll decide technology once we know what we want to do, right? And then technology makes sense, and the investment will make sense. And the return of investment for technology will make sense, but not starting from the technology point of view, right? We have also observed that this strategic thinking requires, from the digital transformation approach, requires a different way of running the processes and running the organizations. Companies need to take advantage of all this data that is available in order to start exploring new ways, new processes, new opportunities for new parameters that maybe they didn't know in advance that this parameter was important. The data will tell them that needs new parameter. For example, with some company in the computing industry, we were measuring complexity in supply chain, how they could embrace complexity. So we created a structure of data in order to quantify complexity and what is behind complexity, but not from the negative point of view. Their processes were very complex. They wanted to embrace complexity in order to continue with this competitive advantage, right? But then they need to deal with complexity. So they need to recognize what are the key parameters of complexity and how they should deal with them. This could be featured with data and technology, right? So these new opportunities for discovering new value propositions is what we recommend, to be attached. Another recommendation is to be very, bottom up, right? So typically digital transformation starts with the corporate, headquartered offices. It's great top down, but we need to make sure that everybody in the company is aware of the opportunities of this new language, this new culture of data. So then we are gonna measure things. Even we will make some mistakes in the way we are measuring this data. It's okay, but at least we have a measurement that then we can start polishing in order to make more reliable decisions. But we start creating this shape with the data. So they should be used to that. The data is not in Excels in their computers. The data should be shared. And all this learning should be shared. And the decisions should be very bottom up based on this new culture of data. So this will be my main advice. Be ready to learn from data, right? And then this will require different kind of changes and different kind of adaptation.